So after we've put together our search plan, we can go into the database and start executing a search. I just wanted to show you some of the things that might be useful for you to know inside databases to make your searching more effective. So we're using the Scopus database, but you'll find a similar functionality in most databases. Scopus does a bit more, but we'll cover that in the next video. So you see here that it defaults to the article title, abstract and keywords. That's really the level that you want to be going to in your databases. Sometimes they use a term like topic, but that's basically covering the same thing. If you made it all fields, it will find your terms in any part of the record, including the references, which would mean you have a search set that's massive and you have to wade through and remove all the irrelevant stuff. So our example was, are young people who play video games more likely to exhibit violent behaviour? So I'm going to start off with video games so I can demonstrate phrase searching to you. So should we want to search for video games and pop the word video games in there and do our search, you will immediately see that we've got nearly 27,000 documents to wade through. So what that's actually done is look for the word video and the word games in any part of the abstract title or keyword. So very quickly, if you use a phrase search where you want those two, video and games, together, just wait for it to load up. If we quotation marks around it, it will search for those terms together. So it should automatically reduce the amount of hits you get. So it's still a massive search list, but that has automatically shared about 8,000 papers that you don't have to read. So if we go back to our search and add in the other elements, so you'll see you have the option to create several lines on this. If you're confident with Boolean, you know which things to add and which things to OR, then by all means put it on the string. But it's easy to break it down if you're not familiar with doing that. So what you can do, you can have a search line for each concept that you identified in your question. So we've got video games in there, and I'm not going to use all the terms in here, but I'm just going to add in the element, some of the terms we found for young people, just really to demonstrate. But again, I'm using young people in a phrase because I don't want the words young and people to be searched separately. And here it was an or I need to put in, and I'm going to use the truncation here, take it down to lowercase with the asterisk there, and that's going to pick up anything that's got child as the first part of the word, so childhood, children, etc. It will automatically know how to do that. So I'm going to put in juvenile. I don't really need to put juveniles in here. Databases are sophisticated enough to use plurals even when they're not just an S. So I'm just going to leave it as that. Okay, so that's our video games. These are the some of the terms. You can use all of them when you do it. And then we've got the violence and aggression or violent behaviour, but I'm just going to put, because it could be violence or violent behaviour. The way of finding both of those, again, is to use that word stem. And I'm going to do the same for aggression. Okay, so now you've got a concept on each line. Hit your search, and hopefully, because you've added all your concepts up there, you should have a result set that is both manageable and relevant. So this one's brought up 509 documents. If that was still too many, or you want to refine further, you have a lot of options on this left-hand side. Oops. And you can see that you could limit it by year. So you might just be interested in things that have happened in the last 5 years. You can quickly see the main authors in there. You can see the different subject areas, different types of publication. So you might just want articles. If you pick an article, that's novel, new research. And a review is usually, as you know, a synthesis of that research. You could limit it to English language, etc. So from this search list, hopefully when you look at it, you'll think that they are relevant. Looking at the first one, it does seem. kind of relevant. And so we're going to have a look at whether they are relevant in here. So we're going to look at this number 3. And of course, at this point, we've been given a lot of information. This one has got an abstract here, but more importantly, when we talked about developing those keywords, it's quite important just to keep checking back to make sure you're using the right terminology. So in here, you can see the author has actually attached some keywords, and there are some specialist keywords in here. So you can give them the once over to see if there's any terminology related, and remember to think about it in those concept ways that you're missing. And looking at this, I think our search terms are fine. So at this point, we've not actually looked at the article. Okay, useful to look at the abstract in here. But if we want the article, we can click on the Find NTU link, and then it will link you up with our subscriptions, and you can see that we've got it. Sometimes you've got multiples. You've got it there, and you can go straight through to the article. I'm not going to do that now. So I'm just going to get back to the searching. So that's how you get through to the articles. Just one other thing, which you may know, if you find something that's really on topic, then let's have a look at this one here. I don't think, looking at that title, that is one that we subscribe to. So when we hit the Find NTU option here, you will see that it should, present you with this screen, which is telling us that no electronic resources are available, which is not great news. However, you'll see here you've got the Need Something We Don't Have option. And if you hit that, it will automatically open up after you've logged in. Just log in. And you'll see it's opened up the Get My Journal article into library loan form. It's filled it in for you. So you just need to specify the date and go, and it will order that, will get hold of that item for you from an external source. So if I just go back to my search results list, just one other thing really. So if there are lots of results here and you want to look at all of them, or you want to transfer some of them or any of them to your reference management software, just select the ones or select all. And then once you do that, these will become ungrayed, and you'll see that you've got RefWorks export. If you open it up, you've also got Mendeley export and a variety of different file types if you use different reference management software. Okay.